You know who's not happy?
Who?
Apparently, Jim Cramer, very, very upset about Barack Obama's budget.
Yeah, of course.
And I guess, now this is the thing. I can't quite figure out exactly what his complaint is here. But let's hear it, and then let's assume it's about the sunsetting of the George Bush tax cuts.
We had a stimulus package. We had a housing bailout. We've got efforts to save the banks. People would say that's fast action. Why hasn't it worked?
We have an agenda in this country now that I would regard as being a radical agenda. I think that we had a budget that came out that basically put a level of fear in this country that I've not seen ever in my life, and I think that changed everything.
So the policies are not shareholder friendly.
Shareholder friendly? This is the greatest wealth destruction I've seen by a president.
Country friendly. I mean, there is a way to put it together, and I got to say,
Matt, the stock market is the country right now. This is where people's wealth is. This is their pension plans, their 401ks, yes, their IRAs.
All right, so I mean, there's enough clues there with what Jim Cramer's talking about. First of all, when Jim Cramer talks about America, understand he's worth millions of dollars. So his America may be slightly different from the rest of our America. And then when he starts talking about shareholders, this is the greatest wealth destruction I've ever seen. Because what he's talking about there, and first off, the notion that within 3 weeks you're going to have Barack Obama is going to turn all this around. We've been in a recession since the last quarter of 2007 at this point.
Oh, it's that, okay.
Okay, so we're talking about 14, 15 months. And we had for years the stock market exploding at price earnings ratios that were way off the chart. And we had anemic job creation, we had wage stagnation, all these things were conspiring. We had an inflated real estate market that basically had deluded people. So the idea that somehow, the stock market is America is absolutely wrong. On Friday, we're going to hear that about another 700,000 jobs were lost in this past month. 700,000 jobs. By Friday, we're going to hear that 4.2 million jobs have been lost over the past 15 months.
And there's over 5 million people on the unemployment rolls already.
The economy is not the stock market. The economy is the complete loss of jobs. People don't have money. And what Jim Cramer is complaining about is that 95% of the American population is going to receive tax breaks. And that 5%, if you make over $250,000 as a couple, your marginal rate is going to go from 28%. Is going to go from 28%. Are you ready for this? Sit down, everybody, to 35%.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
What are we going to do?
And Jim Cramer should be a little bit more circumspect when he starts talking about these doom and gloom scenarios, because he certainly didn't have it right on the upside. Let's take a look at Jim Cramer just before the explosion of our financial system.
In terms of liquidity and get my money out of there. No, no, no. Bear Stearns is fine. Do not take your money out. This is real. Look, if there's one takeaway other than a plus 400 somebody, Bear Stearns is not in trouble. I mean, if anything, they're more likely to be taken over. Don't move your money from Bear. That's just being silly. Don't be silly.
Okay, just so you get a sense of what's causing the agony by this point, I know you've been talking about it. It's financials led by Bear Stearns after what essentially is a bailout from the Fed. Bear Stearns shares are down 90% this morning, and it's not just Bear. Pretty much every single bank is plunging in early trade this morning.
6 days later, the Oracle, Jim Cramer, 6 days later. Don't be silly. You're being silly. You've got 5 days to get out. Unbelievable, this guy.